Alright, we previously covered how to make gold with Living World Season 3 currencies, so it's time to tackle Living World Season 4. The same principle applies when it comes to gathering in any of the new zones. Every map will feature its own unique resource that can be either mined, logged, or harvested, or in some cases gathered from chests. This time around, all of them can be consumed for volatile magic instead of unbound magic. And once more, consuming them might not be the best thing to do when it comes to maximizing your profit. So we're gonna go over each map and each currency so you know exactly what to do. Volatile magic can be spent on various shipments, with trophy shipments being the best deal currently. Each trophy shipment will cost you 250 volatile magic as well as 1 gold and will make you a bit over 75 silver in profit. As with the Living World Season 3 currencies, you'll be getting piles of bloodstone dust, Dragonite ore and Empyreal fragments as a byproduct from gathering. All of these are worth gold, so do not delete them. I covered all 3 of them in my previous guide, which I'll make sure to link in the pinned comment. Let's start with the domain of Istan and its Kralkatite ore. This currency is rather unique, as you can obtain it from the various chests scattered throughout the map, as well as chunks of brandstone, which will only spawn at a brandstone impact site. If the second option is news to you, that's normal, as you'll only learn about impact sites when you're doing the various map achievements. The Sunspear caches will always be available on the map and respawn once per day. They're a pretty great way to get unidentified gear, by the way, and if you're lucky, you can get one of 2 weapons that are worth quite a bit of gold on the trading post. When it comes to making a profit, you actually do not want to consume Kralkatite ore, as there is a quartermaster in the Astrolarium that will offer you shipments in exchange for 60 ore and 1 gold, making it a better deal than consuming them for volatile magic to be traded on shipments afterwards. The second episode will take you to the Sandswept Isles, where you can mine difluorite crystals. While vast, the Isles are a pretty great location, as they also feature a lot of elder wood and mithril nodes, as well as at least 1 rich orichalcum vein that will respawn once per day. Difluorite can be spent in one of 2 ways. The very first repeatable heart on the island will trade you 1 bottle of coconut milk for 1 difluorite crystal. You can use these to cook one of 3 recipes, of which plates of beef rendang are the most profitable. In the past, these used to go for a higher price on the trading post, but their profit is now almost on par with consuming the crystals for volatile magic. If you want to take the easy way out, it's fine to consume them, but if you want to squeeze out the most possible profit from this map, it is still worth cooking the dish. Our third episode will take us to the domain of Kourna, which features inscribed shards as its unique resource. Much like Istan, these are obtained through caches instead of gathering nodes, making it once more an excellent resource if you're after unidentified gear. The shards can be a bit of a trap if you don't know how to spend them though. Instead of consuming them, you could use them to craft various pieces of Plague Doctor's gear. And if you were consulting the fast farming website, it looks like you could triple or almost quadruple your profit per shard by doing so. The problem is that these Plague Doctor items rarely sell, so you might actually be stuck with them sitting on the trading post for a very long time. And you'll have to hope the prices don't decline even further, so the item doesn't get stuck on there permanently. Filling orders and thus insta-selling is not worth it at all. Most pieces don't sell anywhere close to the listing price, but they rather sell for 1 to 2 gold only, making them a much worse deal than simply consuming the shards for volatile magic. The next episode will bring us to the Jahai Bluffs, which features one of the material farms I already documented on my channel. You can obtain its unique resource called Mystonium either from mining lumps of Mystonium or opening various chests scattered throughout the map. This map is an easy one, as Mystonium isn't used for anything worthwhile except consuming it for volatile magic. I do want to shout out one thing on this map though. If you teleport to the Yatendi village, you can actually follow a trail of volatile magic going from the Shattered Cliffs all the way over the Brand Scar. This is an excellent way to get an extra spirit shard and quite a bit of volatile magic in only a couple of seconds of work. Our penultimate episode will take us to the Thunderhead Peaks, where you can mine dragon crystal nodes for branded masses. Much like Kourna, you can either consume these or spend them on diviners, inscriptions and insignias to craft gear instead. You can make more gold by crafting diviners gear, be it either armor or weapons, but your profit won't be anywhere near the profit listed on the fast farming website. The problem with these is very much like the Plague Doctor gear we already discussed from the domain of Kourna. Only about 4 to 5 of each of the pieces sell per month, and you won't be the only one listing them. The good news is that you can actually break one of the more commonly established trading post rules and fill buy orders. Or in other words, we're about to instant sell diviners gear. Most pieces will instant sell for 6 to 8 gold, and even the least profitable item will still fetch you a slightly higher profit than consuming the mass for Volatile Magic. Don't go and chase the lowest profit on the fast farming website though. Instant selling the pants is currently around 13.3 silver of profit per branded mass compared to the 6.22 that consuming them would get you. As with the trail of Volatile Magic in the Jahai Bluffs, you can follow a trail in the south of the map. You cannot infinitely repeat these trails by the way, as there is a daily limit to how many orbs you can collect. But following both trails once per day will easily get you a full level and thus a spirit shard, as well as some volatile magic. The peaks are also littered with dwarven chests, for which Ticket has made a route. They contain a ton of blue unidentified gear, which can be pretty fun to gather if you wanna mix things up. And our final map we'll get to is Dragonfall, which to this day features one of the most profitable farm trains in the game, even after all of these years. There is not much to be said about its unique resource, Mistborn motes, as consuming them for volatile magic and trading that in for trophy shipments is the way to go. One thing worth of note is that the motes are a harvesting node, meaning you'll be using a sickle. So if you have a glyph of bounty, it's well worth using here as you can get multiple Mistborn motes per node. If you don't own a permanent glyph, you can actually buy a 50 use sickle of bounty from the gathering vendors spread across the various capital cities. That about covers all of the maps of the Living World Season 4. I will cover the Icebrood Saga maps in a future video, as there are some pretty surprising things you can do with those episodes' currencies as well. Until then, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them down below, and make sure you like the video and stay subscribed to the channel. Oh, and I also have a Discord server if you wanna ask me a question directly, link is in the pinned comment.